Hey guys, what is up? Today we're going to be talking about seven quick tips to help you speed up your editing inside of Final Cut Pro. Now when I say speed up your editing, I'm not really talking about how fast your computer is at running Final Cut Pro. There's a whole bunch of other things you can do for that. I'm talking about things that will actually save you time in your workflow. Tip number one is to know your shortcuts. Now this might seem a bit obvious, but I've seen a lot of people that don't use shortcuts in Final Cut Pro, and I just don't understand why. I see so many videos of people online going the long way around of doing things instead of just using the shortcut already built into Final Cut Pro. To view all of your shortcuts inside of Final Cut Pro, just go up to Final Cut Pro, Command, and Customize, or Option Command K. Once you have that window up, you can actually not only view all of your key bindings, but change them, which is entirely useful. You can also create your own key bindings. This is one of those things that separates Final Cut Pro from a lot of other programs. While a lot of programs can change shortcuts, I've never seen a program do it simpler or faster than Final Cut Pro. So take a look, start memorizing those shortcuts, and make some of your own. One thing I really like to do with shortcuts is assign parts of my interface to it so I can turn on and off, say, scopes with a simple command. The second tip is to use adjustment layers. These are basically blanket titles that you can install in Final Cut Pro that allow you to add effects onto an adjustment layer that applies those effects to any clips below the layer. This allows you to do very fast color correction or just to apply a single effect over several clips instead of having to apply the effect to each individual clip. Now adjustment layers aren't unfortunately built into Final Cut Pro. There's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't be. They really should. But to get one, I left a link down in the description where you can download a blank title that you just install in Final Cut Pro. It's really simple, and then you can drag it over from the title window and use it as an adjustment layer. Tip number 3 is to use compound clips. Now there's a little debate on this. Some people really don't like using it. I find them extremely helpful when editing my more larger sized projects. I usually don't use them on YouTube videos, but if I'm editing any type of short film, I'm always going to be using compound clips. Compound clips are really nice because it allows you to edit just a single part of your project instead of the entire thing at once. Not only does this allow your computer to run faster, because if you're looking at your whole timeline while trying to edit, sometimes it can slow you down if you have a really big timeline, but it also just helps you keep things organized. It's so annoying to delete a clip at one part of your timeline and go to another part of your timeline and find out it retimed the music, so now all of a sudden it's not synced correctly with your audio. It's just a huge pain. Compound clips fixes that issue because it keeps all of your editing contained inside a single clip inside of your main timeline. To create a compound clip, just select all the clips you want to be included and then go up to File, New, Compound Clip, or Option G. Tip number 4 is to use markers. Most people don't even know this feature exists. I find it extremely helpful for quick editing. Basically all a marker is it places a little flag or pointer at a specific location on a specific clip, and it will stay stuck to that clip no matter how you move the clip or other clips around it. A lot of times I will edit in passes where my first pass will just be finding the best takes, second pass will be cutting them down, third pass will be color correction, fourth pass color grading, so on and so forth. And as I'm going through those passes, I might see something I want to fix in a later pass but don't have time to do it at the moment. I'll just place a marker and then come back to it later. To place a marker, just select your clip and tap M, and a little window pops up where you can name the marker. If you want to delete a marker, just right click the marker and click delete. Clip number 5 is to paste attributes. Final Cut Pro is a really neat feature where if you copy one clip, you can paste specific attributes from that clip onto a new clip. To do this, just copy the source clip and then go to the new clip and hit Command Shift V and then select the attributes you want to apply. Tip number 6 is often overlooked. It's organizing your events in folders. Oftentimes when we go to start a project, we just want to go jump right into editing, so we just drag all your clips and all your source media, drop it into a single event, and just have at it. And for small projects, that is by all means totally fine, of course, but when you go into some larger short films and just longer projects in general, it can become a real hassle midway because when you're trying to search through clips and you just can't find what you need. What I usually do is separate my events by shooting days, so I'll have day 1 and then label what day 1 was shooting of, and then I can go into that and sometimes have even subfolders of the audio and video tracks from that day. I also usually have an event for music and sound effects if I happen to use any. Tip number 7 is using audio rolls. Some people like them, some people don't. I find them kind of useful on larger projects. Again, most of these tips sometimes I might overlook because on smaller projects it's just not worth taking the extra time. But in larger projects, taking an extra 5 seconds to click a few buttons now could save you half an hour of frustration later on down the road. Audio reels are just basically labeling what type of audio is where. So you might have a reel set aside for music where all your music is a certain color, and another one for dialogue where all your dialogue is a certain color, sound effects, so on and so forth. A lot of times on short films you'll have tons of layers of different audio all mixed together, but sometimes it can be really hard to see what is what. When you color clip them, it's just a lot easier to see where your clips are and what they are. To assign audio roles to something, you can either right click the clip, whether it's in the timeline or in the media browser, and just right click and then hit change audio row and select what type of clip it is. But by far the fastest way to do it is when you import your clips. In the import window, just select all the same type of clips, change the audio row, and then click import, and they will all be the right type as soon as they're imported. Also, by going down to the left and clicking index, you can choose show or hide audio lanes if you like a more organized lane setup. I usually don't do this because I'm like the original Final Cut Pro, but to each his own. Alright, that is it for my 7 tips of how to edit faster in Final Cut Pro 10. Let me know if these helped and whether you'd like to see more Final Cut Pro tutorials in the future. I've definitely got a lot of things that I could talk about. Also, if you have any tips of your own, I would love to hear what they are. Let me know down in the comments. Alright, that is it. I'm Shai. Thanks for watching.